Okay, good morning, everybody. All right, so as people are still coming in from the waiting room, I'm going to read the agenda for today. It is February 14th, and it's the first thing I will go over is the new location, the new physical location of our school. So as you know, Ashley's classes have been meeting in person. My classes are remote. After February 27th, so when you come back, for this class, that'll be March 1st. That class will be at a different location, and I will go over all of that. So that's the first order of business. I'm going to show you exactly where the new location is. So that's starting February 27th. Now, there's also a little bit of a schedule, some notifications in the schedule I'm going to go over for next week as well. Okay, then we're going to do a show, don't tell Valentine's Day writing exercise. After that, we're going to review questions 1 and 2 that we did last week in the homework. Then we're going to take a break, our 10-minute break, and then we'll review questions 3 and 4, which go over these two concepts. First is FOMO, this acronym I introduced last week, which is in the reading, and then we'll examine the Tel Aviv experiment. That is it. Any questions whatsoever? No questions? Lovely. Let's move along. So I'll show you where this new location is. So when you go to Ashley's class on Wednesday, it is no longer 19 St. Joseph Street. You'll see exactly where it is here. It is a few blocks away, actually. All right, so I put it right here. I embedded it. The new location starting the 27th of this month is 1785 Columbus Avenue. You click this on your phone and you can find it. So 1785 Columbus Avenue, and it'll be on the 6th floor. So, but you'll be able to find it. So that's it. It's just down the street from the same location where you find Ashley's class. Now, here's the most important thing that I need from all of you. Several of you, I know Doris, Gracie, yes, Doris, Gracie, and Anila cannot make any of these in-person classes. So if that is also your situation for whatever reason, just let me know right here so I can send a list to admin. So that's the most important thing for right now. If you cannot make it, please sign your name to in-person classes at all this semester. Please put your name down right here, and I will give the entire list to admin, that's administration, before Thursday, and we can proceed. Otherwise, you'll be expected to come for Ashley's classes. Please just give me your name right there, and then we'll proceed going forward. You don't have to tell me. You don't have to say, oh, teacher, just put your name down there and we can move along. So that's a first order of business. Please put your name here if you cannot make it to any in-person classes. Excellent job, Fatima. Thank you very much. So yes, Letitia, Fatima, Anila, Doris. Those are the 4 that I know. If anybody else is in that situation, just please put your name there. And that's that. Next order of business. I'm going to scroll down here to our schedule. This goes back to the beginning of our calendar of events. This goes back to the very beginning of semester. So here is our academic calendar. As you know, we are, well, maybe you don't know, I'll just actually go over this acronym. Who knows what this is? Take a guess.
Sorry, teacher, what's the question, please?
Who knows what that is?
Schedule.
DESE. Nope. Okay, guys, I'm pointing at what I just wrote down on the screen there. What is this? DESE. It's 4 words. Take a guess what the DESE means. Israel, you're good at guessing. Take a shot at it. Nice try, Israel. Frenities, what do you think the DESE means?
I don't know, teacher. I try to think.
Just guess one word. What do you think the last E means?
Maybe days in semester.
Good guess. Nope. Israel, what do you think? Everybody take a minute and try to find it. You could also do what most people in this century do. You could just Google it. This is a turn your brain on activity. Okay. Let's see. Oh, Israel, there's 2 of you. You joined from your phone and your computer, right?
Teacher,
right.
I got it.
What you got? Okay, give it to us, Frenities.
Department of Elementary and Secondary Education.
Perfect. So that's the Department of Elementary and Secondary Education. Yes. So we are a DESE funded program. So the reason all these classes are free is because we get money from this organization. It's a government organization. So that is why all of these holidays have something in common. Guess what they all have in common? All these days off. Those of you with kids can figure it out real quick.
The same vacation with the public school?
Exactly, Fatima. Yes. So our schedule for classes is always the exact same schedule as Boston Public Schools, except for the summer session. So, well, actually, we would be on the same schedule as the Boston Public Schools summer classes, summer school. So, yes. So whenever your kids have a school vacation, so do we. So what does that mean? Take a look right here. Next week. No classes. So Monday through Friday next week, enjoy your day off. There it is. So the reason I put the acronym there was just so you know what DESI is. All right. I've also extended the date of the assignment we're working on till the 28th. So everybody has plenty of time to finish that worksheet by the 28th. And we're going to review those questions today. So yes, you can always go back to this calendar. It's on the stream in Google Classroom. So there it is, 20th through 24th, no classes. There we are. All right. So that being said, so the big announcements that I was that I want to make sure everybody knows. Okay, no classes this time next week. All of next week, no classes. And what is the big change when we return after the 27th? So for you, this would be March 1st. What's the, who could, I'm testing everybody here. What's the big change on March 1st? I will stand and stare at the screen until somebody answers me. I'm very okay with that.
Memorial Day or something like that? No?
Nope. Nope. What is it that I just told everybody? Oh, Israel, turn your microphone on, please.
Start spring.
Nope. I'm testing everybody. What is it that I just told you 5 minutes ago? Good guess. Really good guess. Fatima's good.
The location is different for classes in
Yes.
person.
Correct. Correct. So yes, new location, Columbus Avenue. New location. All right. Now, Israel, I know you were trying to answer the question, but your microphone wasn't turned on. I'm not sure. Yeah, play with it a little bit. And okay, so there it is. Now that that's out of the way, let's get into the rest of our class. Okay, so new location. So March 1st, do not show up at the old location, show up at the new location. Where's the new location? Columbus Avenue. How do you find it? You don't even have to use your brain. It's a wonderful world we live in. You can do many things without your brain. What you do is this. You hold up your phone and you click this, and then you just walk, but keep your eyes open and don't walk into traffic. So that's it. That's the new location. Don't even have to think about it. All right. And if you cannot make the in-person classes for whatever reason, do exactly what Doris, Fatima, and Gracie did. Put your name down there so I know and I can tell admin. The end. All right. Excellent job. Excellent job. Excellent job. Fatima, Doris, Gracie, and yes, Fatima, Doris, and Gracie. Good job. If anybody else is in this situation, just let me know. The end. Let's move along with our lesson today. All right. So quick history of what today is. Valentine's Day. Is it popular in other countries you've lived in? Anybody?
For me, not a lot. Just like our generation, like the small, the small, like the teenager, but the old,
Interesting.
but the old people, they don't even know what's today.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
So it's like a recent cultural import into Morocco.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Very interesting. Cool.
Yeah. For
Anybody?
you know, when you go to the commercial stuff, you're gonna find,
Yeah.
because now when you go to the mall or something like that, you're gonna find Happy Valentine. You're gonna find the sale, but the old people, they don't know what they don't celebrate this day. Mm-hmm.
That's very, very interesting. The origins of Valentine's Day. I'm going to give everybody 2 words here. Ancient Rome. It actually came from ancient Rome, and this was the word of the holiday. So you could say it's definitely a part of, it's been a part of Western culture for quite a while. But as a like what what Fatima's talking about, she's from Morocco. She said young people are aware of it, older people are not in Morocco at this moment. Anybody else? Is Valentine's Day known in other countries you've lived in?
Teacher,
Mhm.
teacher.
Yes. Yes,
my
Doris. Say, you just muted yourself, Doris. Say one more time.
In my country, it's the same. Just the young people. The whole people don't celebrate.
You've lived in, I think, 3 or 4 countries, right,
Yeah.
Doris? Are you talking about Cape Verde?
Different day is June 12th,
What do they call it?
Valentine's Day, but
Really?
different day.
But they celebrate on June 12th.
Yes,
That's so interesting. Wow.
yes.
Oh,
It's good
wow.
for me because when I celebrate in Brazil, my birthday is in June 14.
Wait, you said it's June 12th in Brazil or
Yeah.
June 12th in Cape Verde? Because I know you lived in both.
In Cape Verde is the same day today.
Okay, so in Cape Verde is February 14th,
Yes.
but the Brazilian Valentine's Day is June
12.
That's so interesting. Wow. So
Yes.
Brazilian Valentine's Day is in June.
Yes.
Very interesting. Very, very interesting. I want to figure out why that is.
Yes.
Or why this Valentine's Day is in February and not June.
Yes, I
Cool.
think it's the only place. The only place that I know is different. I don't know. I don't know
Wow.
why.
Wow. Fascinating. Anybody else? Is Valentine's Day known or a part of the culture in another country? Viviana, yes.
Teacher, in my country is I'm sorry for my voice. In my country is September.
September.
And
Remind us
September.
where you're from.
Colombia.
Colombia. Okay, so September
Yeah.
in Colombia.
Yeah.
Wow. I love it.
It's a lot commercial day.
Nice.
Yeah.
Veronica, yeah, tell us.
In my country, well, the youngest people like to celebrate that.
And
you
just
can see
remind us where you're from, please.
Dominican Republic. Yes, and there in the store you can see everything about Valentine's Day. Well, today, yeah, you can see everything in red. Yes.
When did that change? So like it's a young person's holiday, not another generation.
I don't know. Maybe because we tired when we are old.
I'm wondering, is whatever. It seems like a pattern. So, Veronica, Fatima. So the DR, Morocco, it's celebrated by young people, but not older generations are just not a part of it. I'm wondering when that shift happened, like 20 years, 30 years, 40 years, or something. I don't know. I'm just asking questions because I'm curious. I really don't know. Fascinating. Cool. Anybody else?
In Japan?
Tell us. I don't know.
Yes, in Japan, it's well known. And women and give the chocolate to men.
Oh, so the women are pursuing the men on that day.
And in teenager, the girl tried to tell their feeling to person who the girl like.
You said don't try or try?
Try.
Try. Okay. Oh, okay. So that's the day for the girls to let the boys know. that they've got a
Yeah,
crush
yeah,
on, so to speak. Okay, very interesting. All right, cool. Anyone else? I love it. We got a great global perspective here. Okay, so this is a quick listening exercise, and I'm going to slow down. The video, the guy talks a little bit fast. This is from the History Channel. It's a nice, compact little history. And I'm going to slow this down just so everybody can listen. And it starts out in ancient Rome. And there's a holiday that ancient Romans have called Lupercalia. And that's the first question. What in the world is that? Lupercalia. Second question, how did Valentine's Day change in the 1300s? So the Middle Ages. We're still in Europe here. The Middle Ages, 1300s, there was a change in it. And in the United States today, it's a big business. Question I put here is, on average, how much money do Americans spend on Valentine's Day? Yes, Fatima.
Maybe I think here, because when you go to like I don't know where I'm gonna do it in English, but I will try. Because when you go to the mall or something like that, we're gonna find the pack for the gift is ready. Just give it to somebody. Maybe they motivate people to buy. They motivate people to, because everywhere they remind you it is 14. It is the holiday. Maybe the people they're gonna spend the money, a lot of money just for
There's
the
a couple of words for that. Does anybody know a word for what Fatima's talking about?
Marketing.
Yeah, there's
marketing.
marketing. All right, there's
Yeah,
a
part of the
phrase. I'm going to say a, and then insert the word here. A what holiday? There's an adjective, a couple of different adjectives you could put in there. Well, you could say the same thing about Christmas.
Mhm.
So like, how many people do you know actually celebrate Christmas for religious reasons?
No, I
Like,
think
a few, here and there. But
yeah.
most people who celebrate Christmas, what would be an adjective?
Chocolate first, but of course I figured it out after a few minutes.
I remember it took so long. You called the tablet company and told them the tablet was broken.
You got a lot going on at your place, Fatima.
Yes,
First I hear kids, and then I hear like
right.
it's like there's a party going on there.
No, I'm so sorry. Just my
It's
my
okay. It's
daughter.
okay.
She's next to
So
me.
I
I will try to move.
I wrote down a sentence fragment right here. So you can say Valentine's Day is a what type of holiday? Describing what Fatima and I think, yes, and Veronica were talking about. And what Ayano in some ways we're talking about.
There's no.
You could say it's a, I'll give you this word.
There's no doubt.
Oh, I'm not ready for you yet, silly video. Okay. You could say it's a commercial holiday or a consumer holiday. So those are two synonyms to describe holidays that generate or essentially are kind of a little jolts to the economy. Get people holidays that open wallets, so to speak. It's a holiday to open your wallet, drain your bank account.
The encouraging people to buy stuff for no reason sometimes.
Encourage, yes.
Yeah, encourage people. Yeah.
It's a holiday that moves money around the world, that gets money moving. So yes.
For me, the people here, they're gonna spend a lot of money for this stuff.
Yep. All right. So everybody, where did this money spending day come from? Where did all this movement of cards and chocolates and flowers and all the stuff, where did it come from? I've put 3 questions here, and this is a 2.5 minute video. I'm going to put the closed captions on here, and I'm going to slow it down, the speed, to 0.75. Okay, so I think the host talks a little too fast, so I'm going to play it, and then I'm going to get volunteers for each question. Who would like to volunteer to answer question number 1? What is Lupercalia? And I already gave you a hint. It's a holiday from ancient Rome, but what is it? Who wants to answer this first question?
Teacher,
Mhm.
we're gonna play like another time where we watch the video and then we answer?
No, we're gonna do it right now. I'm just asking
No.
for volunteers.
Okay.
You want to take question 1?
No, I wasn't here.
You mean you're not here right now?
I'm
What are you
here
talking-
now.
what are you I
But
wasn't
I don't
here.
know.
What are you talking
I don't
about,
know.
Gracie? You are here right now.
If
Where are you?
watch the video.
Well, no, I haven't showed this to anybody. This is just an exercise for right now because today is Valentine's Day. That's it.
Okay.
But if you don't want to answer a question, no problem. Anybody
Okay.
want to take question? Viviana, your hand is still up. You want to answer question 1? I think your
Okay,
hand's
I
up
will
by
t-
accident. Fatima,
I
No,
will
okay, so we
teacher, I'm
got
sorry.
I will take
no
it,
problem.
teacher. Let's make it a
Fatima,
challenge.
all right, cool. So Fatima is taking question 1. All right. Okay, who wants to take question number 2? How did Valentine's Day change in the 1300s? Any volunteer? All right, I will, if you don't volunteer, I'll choose randomly. Okay, even better. Fatima, who would you like to take question number 2? You can choose
Oh.
anybody.
Oh, you're
There's
gonna
no
hate me.
doubt.
No, it's okay. This is a remote class. They don't know where you live. They'll never find you.
Okay, Israel.
Israel, lucky
Sorry.
you, my friend. If you're in Israel, if your microphone is busted, you can just type the answer. That's a great thing about remote learning. You can make your classmates hate you and they don't know where you are. So yeah, that's a beautiful thing. It's the way education should be. All right. Israel, who would you like to take question number 3? Did we lose Israel? Oh, there he is. Israel, who do you want for question 3? Your microphone's busted. Just it's okay. You can nod your head yes or shake your head no. Fraternities, yes or no? Yes, okay, he chose fraternities and I just saw that name up there. Okay, so fraternities, it's not my fault. Israel chose you. Okay, you can get mad at him, but you don't know where he lives anyway, so. All right, here we go. Okay, here we go. So first question, what is Lupercalia? Second question, it sounds like a disease, doesn't it? Like one of those commercials at night. Do you suffer from Lupercalia? Okay, but it's actually a holiday from ancient Rome, but you'll see it in a minute. How did Valentine's Day change in the 1300s? That's for you, Israel. And third question, on average, how much money do Americans spend on Valentine's Day? Fraternities. Everybody ready? Ready or not? Let's get the learning done. Here we go.
About it. Valentine's Day is one of America's most popular holidays. More than 62% of Americans celebrate by sending greeting cards and flowers, giving candy or other gifts, enjoying romantic dinners, or all 3. But the history behind Valentine's Day turns out to be somewhat surprising. For example, the roots of Valentine's Day go all the way back to a raucous ancient Roman fertility festival held in mid-February called Lupercalia.
Lupercalia. I'll play that one more time. That's for Fatima.
ancient Roman fertility festival held in mid-February called Lupercalia. Later, the Christian Church chose mid-February for St. Valentine's Day in order to Christianize the celebration. But who was St. Valentine? Not much is known about the holiday's namesake. First of all, there was more than just one Christian cleric named Valentine. One of them was sentenced to death for performing marriage ceremonies in secret after Emperor Claudius II banned marriage for young Roman men, thinking single men made better soldiers. Pope Gelasius declared February 14 as a day for honoring the soft-hearted Valentine at the end of the 5th century. It wasn't until the 1300s, though.
Okay, this is your time to shine, Israel. So now things are changing in the 1300s.
It wasn't until the 1300s, though, that the holiday became definitively associated with love and romance. Back then, people believed that February 14th was also the beginning of birds' mating season. The first written Valentine greetings appeared in the 15th century, and by the 17th century, people in Great Britain had begun a tradition of exchanging Valentine's Day cards or letters. Valentine's Day soon caught on in the US as well. The first mass-produced holiday cards emerged in the 1840s, and Valentine's Day soon exploded into a major consumer holiday. Today, an estimated 1 billion Valentine cards are sent each year. More
Hold on.
billion Valentine cards are sent, and Valentine's Day soon exploded into a major consumer holiday. Today, an estimated 1840s, and Valentine's Day soon exploded into a major consumer holiday. Today, an estimated 1 billion Valentine cards are sent each year, more than on any other holiday except for Christmas. More than 35 million heart-shaped boxes of chocolate are sold, and more than 220 million roses are produced for the holiday in a typical year. Altogether, Americans spend almost $20 billion on Valentine's Day, or an average of some $130 per person per year. While the most popular gifts were candy and flowers, nearly 20% of Americans splurge on jewelry, shelling out as much as $4 billion annually. And those who prefer the ultimate romantic gesture are definitely not alone. A recent survey revealed that as many as 6 million couples are likely to get engaged on February 14th, continuing a long romantic history that we bet you didn't know.
All right, so lots of fun stuff there. Interesting. Funny how obscure historical moments affect our lives. Okay, Fatima, what is Lupercalia? I was saying it wrong. Calia, not Salia. What is Lupercalia?
It's a Roman fertility festival held in mid-February called Lupercalia.
Good. Does everybody know the word fertility? Is that a new word for anybody?
Yes.
Okay, fertility, it's used in medicine, romance, and agriculture.
Yes.
Tell us, Doris. What is the word fertility all about?
It's about when someone don't, the woman has fertility to be a mom.
Yes, exactly. That's the way we use it today. Like a doctor might say, you could take like if you're trying to have a baby, you could talk to your doctor and they say, okay, we'll put you on fertility treatments. And it's used in that like a medical term. and also farmers, if they're growing something, they'll say the soil is very fertile. We could grow a lot this year. But in this context of, you know, ancient Rome, so predating Christianity, the ancient Romans, they actually had a holiday to celebrate baby making. Can you imagine that? It sounds like a wild party, right? All right, everybody, get to baby making right now. That was actually a holiday. Sounds amazing. But if you think about it in terms of low life expectancy, less knowledge about health, the idea was, how do we keep our society? I love your emoji, Viviana. How do we keep society growing? Well, kind of makes sense. But they actually had a holiday to celebrate it. Pretty amazing. Good work, Fatima. Excellent listening. That was a tough one. Israel, I know you've got microphone issues. You can type your answer if you like.
Can you hear me? No.
Hey,
No, right?
Perfect. Perfect.
No,
Good job.
no.
How did it change in the 1300s?
Yeah, the 1300 they become associated with love and romance. Before that,
Yes.
another thing, but now after that, it's become associated with love and romance.
Yeah. It really does like moves humanity forward. This
Exactly.
idea of like this ancient holiday was like, we're running out of people. Go make some babies. And then just it was just kind of a physical concept or lust, if you will. And then suddenly this century in the Middle Ages, love and romance. Oh, wow. That's a new concept. Okay. Very good. Israel. Fraternities, on average, how much money do Americans spend on Valentine's Day? There are a lot of numbers thrown up there.
I don't know, teacher.
Okay. Anybody want to pick up? Anybody want to help her out?
I think it was around 20 billions and
There was a ton of money, yeah.
130 per person.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
they just statistics for roses, chocolates, and cards. So greeting cards, roses, chocolates.
And
We're looking
jewelry.
at 20, that all that added together is 20 billion. And then
Wow.
there's a whole separate category for jewelry. So this is a big day for jewelry. This is probably the day where a lot of jewelry stores make all their money. Because couples are more likely to buy it to get engagement rings. So we're talking billions of dollars on all this stuff. There we go. The end. All right. So we're going to do a writing exercise now. Has anyone ever seen this movie? It's from, I think, 2003, 2004.
No.
It's a beautiful movie. It's called Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind. And I like to use this scene in the movie for writing. So the concept I'm going to teach you right now is called show, don't tell. I know that I'm actually starting to do a little bit more writing because I know several of you can't make it to Ashley's writing classes. So when you are writing, it is always very good to show the reader, not tell the reader what is going on. An example of showing, not telling. What is a way that we could say he feels happy? What's a way to show us?
Explaining why he feels happy.
How about this? He grinned or he smiled from ear to ear. That's showing the reader, giving us an image
Mhm.
Or how about she was sick? That's telling us what's a way we can show the reader she was sick.
Uh, she has a lot of medicine next to her, like that.
Perfect.
Like,
She has let's give a big number, 18 bottles of pills by her bed.
mhm.
So all of these are ways that as a writer, you can show the reader a lot more.
Mhm.
So showing is always better than telling. She was sick. That doesn't say much. This says a lot. Or we could hear the coughing from 2 rooms away, something like that. So all of these are showing, not telling. This is a romantic movie. It's I think one of the all-time greatest love stories on film, in my opinion. It's called Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind. There's a couple, and they're going through a lot of problems. Now, there's a doctor who says that they're both hurting. They both have broken hearts because they're splitting up. A doctor promises they can erase someone from their memory. Can you imagine that? You get your heart broken by somebody, and then you go to a doctor and say, listen, for only $800, I can erase them from your mind. Would you like that? Doesn't that sound like a great service? Whoa, I like, really? I don't have to think about this person ever again. Wow. So imagine if like you do this, you get a treatment, your doctor goes into your brain and just erases every single memory of this person. And then you walk down the street and your ex-wife, your ex-husband, whoever sees you, they kind of look at you and they start talking to you, and then you say, hi, do we know each other? I'm sorry. This is what the movie is all about. So they get a treatment. They both are having they're breaking up, and they both erase each other from their memories. But then eventually they find a way to get back together, even though they have erased each other, because that's the way love works. You love who you love, even if you want to kill each other. That's why I think it's the best romantic movie ever. But this is a scene in the movie where the 2 actors show what's going on so well just by their physical movements. So I want everybody take out something to write with. You could write on, you could write with your phone. That's fine. Write with a pencil and paper. Everybody give me a thumbs up emoji when you have something to write with. Tell me when. Okay, Andres is ready. Tell me when you're ready, everyone.
I'm ready. I have a paper and
Fatima's ready.
pencil.
I'm ready.
Okay, great. So Shalmara, Andres, Gracie, Clary, are we ready to go? Frenity's great, thank you. Ayano,
Yes,
you ready?
teacher.
Yes, teacher.
Okay, great. So just write what's happening. I'm going to play the scene in this movie with no sound right here. So I'm going to play it with no sound, and then I want everyone to tell me what's happening. Here we go. Okay, here we go. You won't hear any sound at all. Just write, what do you think is happening?
Teacher, you are mute.
Oh, okay, everybody. Who is ready to share?
Can I?
Go for it, Fatima.
The couple eating dinner at restaurant. They felt boring and they make them face like angry. That's one.
Okay, so they feel
They have
bored and they
they
have
have
angry faces.
angry faces. Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. That's a good detail. Anybody else want to share?
Me. For
Uh,
me, he looks very depressed and she looks very angry.
She looks angry, he looks depressed. Okay. So we're getting a lot of adjectives. What are some physical, fraternities?
They were not comfortable.
They were uncomfortable together. There we go. So I'm going to write some of these words down. Depressed. Okay. Depressed, uncomfortable, depressed, uncomfortable, angry. So all this is happening. Now, remember, show, don't tell. What is a way we can show the reader somebody's angry? What is a way we can show the reader somebody feels depressed instead of just saying, yeah.
Describe.
Well,
It's
watch
when
this.
you don't smile.
Okay, yeah, no one smiled. That's great. Yes, that's excellent.
He's
Yeah,
sad.
nobody smiled. Keep going, keep going. Who's next?
The boy is sad. Looks like
That's telling us, how can we show the reader somebody's sad?
She's eating without saying without yeah, the word gone.
Yeah, well, it starts out right here where he's it starts out in a journal where he's after his mind has been erased. It's not completely erased. He sees these moments and he's trying to put it together. Like, where did she go? What happened? What is he doing as he's
he draw in the first when the video start, it looks like the boy is writing and the dinner he's do the same with the food.
Yeah,
plate-
yeah.
they
He's just
have
pushing,
the
yeah,
same
he's
picture.
pushing food or vegetables on the plate, just like
Yeah, the same the other picture.
right. He's just like, it
Looks
doesn't look
like
like
sad.
he's got his chopsticks and this doesn't look like he's enjoying himself. So instead of saying he's sad or he's depressed, just saying,
The lady tried to fill the cup with a white, and I don't see what happened.
well, let's look at that scene. There's a lot going on here. So
Yeah, she tried to
she's-
fill the cup, and yeah.
there's a lot happening. So this isn't just, oh, no, thank you, I'm fine. She takes her beer, tries to fill his cup, and then he goes, oh no. And then there's a lot happening here. What's going on with those eyes?
She's angry and
Exactly. Yeah, she's like, oh, really? Yeah, here it is.
enjoying the bottom.
So yeah, look at the eyes. Oh yeah. Oh, fine. Okay. All right. Yeah. Yeah. This tells a story. Here we go. Right, but but as a writer, you want to put these words onto the paper, not just she's angry, he's sad.
Okay.
You want to say, who can explain what's happening? Israel, go for it.
Okay, I think they were in a relationship before, and now he is a long face, he is sad, and he feel like he wanna fix the problems with her, but she's going to the date, and I don't know, they are trying to fix the problems, but she is trying to be polite with him, and he is still feeling sad, you know.
There's a lot happening. Yeah. Excellent. Now there's another one right here. Take a look. This is another very telling moment. Watch this. Okay. You can see he's trying to say something to her. She's just like, okay, you're talking. I'd rather just look at my chicken and listen to you. And then watch what he tries to do and watch her response. What's happening there?
He tried to speak with her and she's keep eating. She doesn't care about his saying, maybe.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. And then when he reaches over to brush her hair away,
Yeah.
as some sort of like playful gesture, she's just like, what? She looks at him like he's some kind of like he's a stranger on the bus.
Mm-hmm.
Like, who the hell are you trying to touch my hair? What? Get the hell away from me. All right, I'm going to go back to pushing my vegetables around. So that's a beautiful scene where you can show what's happening and not just tell. So I'll play it with the sound. Here we go.
November 19th, 2003. Dinner at Kang's again. Are we like those bored couples you feel sorry for in restaurants? Are we the dining dead? I can't stand the idea of us being a couple people think that about. Like that. How's the chicken?
Good. What?
No. She's gonna be drunk and stupid now.
Hey, could you do me a favor and clean the goddamn hair off the soap when you're done in the shower?
Yeah.
It's really
Oh, yeah. Gross.
gross. It's just... it's repulsive.
All right. So great movie. But the physical gestures that they make really tell the story better than the words that they actually say. Anyway, let's get back to our assignment. Okay, so review. We learned Schadenfreude. Okay, German word, pleasure one receives by someone else's misfortune. We looked at the Truman Show delusion, and we looked at our life on our screen versus our life off screen. Everybody has a curated life. You remember that word, curated, a curated life on screen showing the best, the very best rehearsed moments. As arguably we perhaps should, put your best foot forward. So your Instagram life is always going to look a lot prettier than your real life. These are the words, the vocabulary that we looked at for this reading. So we looked at validation, experiment, comparison. We're going to be looking at an experiment done at the University of Tel Aviv. And we looked at chronicled. This woman, Rachel, chronicled her life on social media, and it got her in trouble in her real life. So I realized that it's perfect timing. We're going to finish questions 3 and questions 4 after the break. Guess what time it is, everybody? It's time for our break.
Thank you.
Have a good one. See you in a minute.
Okay.
So this is the section which goes over the Tel Aviv experiment. That's question number 4. Here comes FOMO. That's question number 3.
Prove yourself to yourself over and over again. In other words, it's not enough for many of us to know we're having a good time. It's not enough to take a beautiful photo, filter it, post it, see how our friends react. We also want our lives to be better, or at least as good, as the lives of our friends. Comparing yourself to others doesn't just steal happiness because you discover that other people seem happier than you are. Comparing yourself to others steals happiness because the very act of comparison takes you out of the life you're living. It takes you out of the moment. The fear that others are leading happier lives than you are has a common nickname: FOMO, the fear of missing out.
This particular thing of FOMO for me came from my daughter. My daughter's in her late 20s, and I just observed her friends and she experiencing FOMO and just driving themselves crazy from it.
Barbara Kahn is a researcher at the University of Pennsylvania who studies perception and decision-making. She became interested in studying FOMO after observing a situation with one of her daughter's friends.
One of her friends chose to go to a wedding in a beautiful locale instead of going to a beach weekend where the other friends were going to be. And instead of enjoying the wedding that she was at, she was looking at Facebook and looking at the activities of her friends at this beach weekend, which was a routine thing. It wasn't a special occasion at all.
Here's the crucial part. The friend who went to the exotic locale for the wedding didn't think the beach was a better option. She chose to go to the wedding because she felt it was the better choice. Seeing her friends back at the beach didn't make her question her decision, but it did take her mind away from the beautiful spot she was in.
I think people make decisions, and then FOMO undermines their enjoyment of the decisions that they've made.
Now, as Barbara Kahn points out, FOMO means a lot of different things to different people. It's entirely possible, for example, that the friends who went to the beach vacation were looking at photos from the beautiful destination wedding and feeling like they were the ones who were missing out. But Barbara says the type of FOMO she ended up focusing on through a series of experiments is a very specific feeling.
What we found out from a lot of experiments that we ran, the thing that was generating the FOMO, the feelings of fear of missing out, it isn't really a fear. It's like a social anxiety. And it's really more about what are your friends doing in building up their social group history that you're missing out on. So it's not really about the experience per se. In all of our experiments, we found that it was really more a function of an anxiety that something might happen in a group experience that will shape the group history in the future that you may not be part of, and that will undermine your group belongingness. And in fact, when we went back and said, okay, if you could make this decision again, would you choose to go to the beach weekend or to the wedding? Although we didn't use that example in our studies, but that kind of thing. Would you choose to go to the clearly better experience, or would you go to the routine thing your friends were doing on a regular basis? Almost every time people said, oh, no, I'd go to the exotic event. It wasn't that they didn't think that the exotic event was better and the smarter decision. They had no regret about making that decision. What they were anxious about, and we're using the word anxiety, was that maybe something would happen in the group that would forever change the dynamics of the group, and they wouldn't have been there when it happened.
To be sure, envy and social anxiety were not invented by Facebook and Instagram and Snapchat. But Barbara Kahn says these platforms make us much more aware of all the things that are happening without us. She's run a series of experiments, each with a couple hundred undergraduates, testing the hypothesis that FOMO undermines our happiness with the decisions we've made.
All right. So this concept by this University of Pennsylvania researcher, FOMO undermines the happiness with decisions we've made. Everybody, you have all changed countries in your life. How often do you experience FOMO?
when I feel FOMO when I saw my sister, because I have one sister, she lives in France, and the other one she's in Morocco next to my mom. When I call her like WhatsApp video, I saw my mom, she's with her, she's cooking with her in the kitchen. I felt like I miss this part.
Mm-hmm.
I miss.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, when you change countries and there's all
Yes.
these people in another part of the world.
Mm-hmm.
So I love that. So you're from Morocco and you and your sister both changed countries. She's in
Yeah.
France,
Mm-hmm.
you're in the US. You see what your mom and your sister are doing in France.
Mm-hmm.
Describe this, what's going on? Like, wait a minute, I'm not there. What's happening?
Yeah. I feel I want to be part of this things.
Yeah, yeah. Does anybody else experience this? Ayano.
Me?
Yeah, you just returned to Japan for about a month after living in the US for like what, 2 years? Hello?
Sorry, one more, please.
No, I said you just returned to Japan for about a month, or you were back in Japan for about 8 weeks, right?
Yes, 8 weeks.
So you were back in Japan for 2 months, and now you're back in the US. Do you experience FOMO? What's happening there? What's going on here? Think about it for a minute, Ayano. Veronica.
Well, right now I'm in Dominican Republic, and my sister is in the United States, and I try to know everything that she do. I think I feel FOMO right now.
Right now, okay. Yeah, yeah. Your sister is she in Boston?
Yeah.
Okay, so you're in the DR right now.
Mm-hmm.
All right. How many people in this class are feeling FOMO, knowing that you are in bright, sunny, beautiful, you are on the island enjoying that sunshine, and we're in cold Boston? Anybody?
Morocco culture now is the same.
Nice. Okay. Oh, Veronica, do you mind me asking, are you coming back the week after next? Will you be back here the week after next?
I'll come back March 6th.
March 6th. Okay. I was just thinking about with the new location. Just so yes, remember when you do come back, we'll be in the new location for Ashley's classes.
Oh,
all
okay.
right. Yeah, yeah. So you definitely do. So another question, Veronica, now that you're in the DR, do you feel that you are enjoying your time there, or do you feel you're constantly distracted wondering what your sister's doing here?
No, I enjoy everything when I'm here in my
Good.
But I feel a little worried for my sister because she's alone.
Right. Of course,
in the
that makes perfect
apartment.
sense.
I try, yes, I try to know everything about her.
All right.
But we don't know.
Yeah. She's by herself now in the US?
Yes.
Is it her first
She's
time?
depressed right now because she wants him to come.
Oh,
No.
of course. That makes sense. All right. Of course. So now knowing what we know about FOMO, let's look at the main character, Rachel. So how did FOMO affect Rachel's life choices? Did everybody remember the beginning of the story?
Yes.
Yeah, that's going to be breakout room number one. How did FOMO affect Rachel's life choices? Breakout room number 2, what were the results of the experiment in Tel Aviv? So what they did at Tel Aviv University, what were the results? Okay. All right, I'm going to put everyone into breakout rooms. We'll wrap up the class with a nice discussion. So if you are in room 1, what is FOMO and how did it affect Rachel's life choices? Breakout room number 2, what were the results of the Tel Aviv experiment? Here we go. Okay, join your breakout rooms now. Recording right here. Okay, so here's the worksheet. Each one of these questions we've had a chance to discuss in breakout rooms. First question, why did Rachel feel pressure to settle down and start a family? Second question, what aspects of her marriage did she leave out of social media? Third question, what is FOMO and how did it affect Rachel's life choices? Breakout room number 1 had a good conversation about this. And breakout room number 2 took this one. What were the results of the experiment? This breakout room struggled a bit with this one because the question says, what were the results? What were the results? That means, what did the experiment find? What exactly did they conclude? So that's what you want to look for. And that is it. So we will begin next class on Thursday by sharing some of our answers. And you have till the 28th to complete the worksheet and turn it in. And then once we do this on Thursday, we'll have a game with the vocabulary. And then all of next week, you're on vacation, President's Day week. So nice February break. That's it. All right, everybody. Thank you. And I'll see you Thursday.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye,
Have a nice
everyone.
day.
Take care.
Thank you, teacher.
Thank you, teacher.